Hey, what is going on, guys? It is Young here, and today I'm back on our Fortnite video. And in today's video, I'm gonna give you guys some tips and tricks when it comes to the end game and exactly what to do and how to play it. And in this gameplay, I really don't have the most amount of kills. I think I ended up having like 15 or so kills, but the end game is really intense. So I'm gonna commentate over the end game and explain exactly what I did step by step, so that you guys can win more games coming into the late game when you're in those sweatier lobbies that people are just building a ton and people are playing really slow. And before we get into the video, I have a V-Buck giveaway. If you guys want a chance to win some free V-Bucks, all you need to do is to drop a like on this video, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on my notifications, and as well leave a comment down below of your Xbox gamer tag, your PSN gamer tag, or Epic account. And as well, make sure you guys have me added and supported as a creator. All you need to do this is go over to the item shop, hit X, go to support a creator, and then type in my code, and my code is Young Humor. And once you type that in, all you have to do is accept it, and you will have me added and supported as a creator. And just remember that every 2 weeks the code resets. You're gonna have to retype in Young Humor every 2 weeks. And lastly, I'm starting up my Twitch channel, so if you guys want to see some live gameplays, I'm gonna go for a lot of solo squads, high 20 kill gameplays. And if you guys want to see those type of gameplays, make sure you guys follow me on Twitch. It's going to be Young Humor TTV, so make sure you guys follow me if you guys would like to see that. And alright guys, let's get right to the video. Alright, so here for this gameplay, like I said, I only ended up dropping like 15 kills. But in this gameplay, I could literally find nobody. I went from retail, and then by the next time I found the team, I looked back on my Elgato, and it was legit over 7 minutes. I went from retail all the way to Lazy Lagoon, back to Loot Lake, even over to Tilted Towers, all the way back towards Retail Road till I found the next team. So there was barely anybody at all across the map. Everyone was dying really quick, and I really have no idea where everybody went. So in this gunfight here, this is going to be the last team that's going to be in retail, and I had a pretty good start. I ended up leaving retail with about 7 kills, I believe. So yeah, I left retail with about 7 kills, and then I rotated all throughout the map, and I didn't find anybody till there was 7 or pretty much 20 people left with 7 kills. So here I'm in a pretty sticky situation. I only have 2 HP, 25 shield, so I'm going to get the quick knock on this player, and as soon as I knock him, I'm going to see how much HP he has, what kind of heals he has, and he didn't. I don't even think he had anything. So now I'm stuck at about 70 HP, and these are where you're going to see the players are going to get a lot more sweaty. So I'm going to be running up on the team over here. I end up getting 1 knock, fortunately, and as soon as I knock him, I'm going to try to get the HP quick. And the most ironic thing happens, so as soon as I get all of my heals up, I get everything set, I get knocked down all the way to 1 HP, and when you're at 1 HP, you want to do exactly what I'm doing here. You want to either switch to your brick or steel, and then you just want to spam build every which direction. So usually when you're one shot, you're going to have a lot of people trying to shoot at you and shoot at you from different directions, and then just try to get the finish or the knock on you. So as soon as you get weak, you want to overbuild as much as possible, so it makes it very difficult for the other player who's above, or pretty much the other player who's shooting at you, to be able to hit a shot and allow you to get off enough time to get your heals off. And that's exactly what I did. I was able to pop the big pot for 50 HP and as well get off the med kit. And so approaching the next teams, what I'm going to do, instead of just challenging the people who were by the, I don't even know if they're the beach homes or whatever, I don't know exactly what the houses are called, I'm going to be going for the guy on top. And the reason I'm going for the guy on top, because this guy lasered me down to 1 HP before, so I know this guy has pretty good aim, and as well, if I go for the team on the side, he's just going to spam me left and right, and it's just going to be super annoying, especially if I'm trying to go for high ground, because once I'm on high ground, it's going to be very obvious that there's a player below, or the player on top of this mountain is going to be spraying at me the entire time, and there's not going to be much I can do about it. So I want to try to get rid of this guy as quick as possible, and so this guy is just sitting below me. There's not much I can do, so I'm just looking to see if I can get some, maybe try to get some tags on the other team. There's not really too much I can do. I obviously know I can't get a knock, but maybe a few tags I can kind of, gauge how much HP they have, and if I hit one of the players down to like 20 or 30 HP, there's a pretty good chance I would rush them. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. And I didn't make the guy low, but the reason I'm rushing is the guy who was above initially. He was just camping below and really wasn't peeking for much, so I really wasn't going to be able to do much on that player other than just try to spray at his wall, and he's just going to keep sitting in his box. So I said, screw it, you know what, I'm going to try to go for the other teams. And usually when I'm fighting against better players, I'm usually going to try to go for high ground initially, but since someone is that much much above me. If they're like 10, 15 stories above you, it's not even worth trying to ramp up because you're going to waste all your mats getting to the top just for them to build even higher. So if they're that high, the best option you can do is just try to knock the entire thing down. And most times, and most players aren't going to be carrying gliders. So if you knock the entire structure down, a lot of them are going to be dying to fall damage. So if they're really just overbuilding that badly, you might as well just try to knock them down. It's going to be the best option to do. And I know at this point I'm going up against a 1v3 or a 1v4 on this team. I know they're pretty sweaty. So since I'm on high ground, I know since I knocked the entire structure down, I know I have high ground. And from high ground, I want to try to get as many tags on the other players as possible. Because if you're going up against a 1v3 or 1v4, you can just know for sure that if you try to get shots off, they're going to be rushing you. So you don't have to worry about going for low ground in any sort of situation. You can kind of just keep high ground and not have to worry about anything else. So here I'm trying to go for a play, but at the same time, I'm not trying to give up my position. So I'm trying to go for as many shots as I can. And these players are really sweating on me. I think there's about 3 of them that are trying to ramp up on me. So I get 1 tag on that player and I get a really good push and I was able to get the knock. And that's one thing you have to do on those sweatier players is you have to be able to be really close to them. Otherwise, you try to get 1 shot on them, they're just going to keep building and you're not going to be able to do anything else. So as soon as you get that first tag right there, what I do with the shotgun, you want to play really aggressive so you can finish them off. Otherwise, you're just going to getting 1 tag, they're going to be popping minis, big shields, and slurps. And then eventually, after you're knocking a lot of them or a lot of their HP off, you're going to get hit for a 120 or 130 pump shot. And at that point, you're pretty much screwed over. There's not going to be too much to do. So the zone's going to be moving in 28 seconds. I'm going to try to use the launch pad to get to high ground. And I've talked about a lot of that in my videos, using the launch pad to get to high ground, except using your mats. Because when it comes to using your mats, it's going to be very difficult to have a lot of mats if you're constantly trying to ramp up on other players. So these players are just constantly spamming me out, but I do have a decent amount of mats. I have about 500. So what I want to happen is I want to box in, and by boxing in, it's going to force them to come to me. I don't have to keep ramping up because I know these players are going to be very thirsty for the kill. It just seems like it the way they're spamming at me. So now I'm just going to drop down to the bottom and get my heals off. Normally I wouldn't drop down to the bottom like this, especially on an angle where it's kind of hard to make any sort of play, but I know the other players have absolutely no idea where I'm at just because there's so many builds. So I'm not going to worry about it too much. I'm going to box in and get those heals. So look at the bottom and I see a random solo just walking around. I think he was lacking or something. I end up hitting him with a heavy sniper shot. So I'm playing really aggressive on this player, trying to finish him off as quick as possible because I have to realize the team on top is still looking for me. So if I have a dragged out gunfight on this player at the bottom and say he was a better kind of player, I really wouldn't want to try to focus on him too much. I want to have the team on top focus on him. Otherwise, I'm going to be caught in a pretty bad spot. And that's really the key when you're going against a lot of good players in an in-game. If you're going against a lot of sweaty players, you want to try to have them fight first, and then you want to try to get the third party on them. Otherwise, it's going to be very difficult to take out multiple players from different teams at the exact same time. So with the zone coming in, I'm going to use that as an opportunity to rotate to the next zone, so I don't have to worry about fighting that team in the storm, because you always want to rotate early if you don't have a launch pad or a rift. But if you have a launch pad or rift, you can usually kind of delay your rotation if you need to. So I get quite a few tags on this player. I actually almost knocked him. So at this point, I want to make for an aggressive push. I know his teammates are going to be coming in, but I know they're a little bit behind. So at that cost, I really want to try to make a play on this guy, see if I can try to get the knock. If I'm not able to, then it's all good. Then I can just drop down and box in, wait for them to challenge me. But since I know this guy is low, I want to make the most aggressive play that I can. So at this point, I really don't think I'm going to be able to get high ground because this guy maintained it pretty well. And so his team is going to just destroy the entire structure because he knew his teammate had gliders, but that's all good. I had gliders too. And that's probably the main reason why I carry them, just in case his teammates shoot out the build or whatever the case may be. I'm not going to be taking a lot of damage or have to worry about too much. So if there's a player above me and I'm trying to go for a pump shot, but I have to be very careful since he has high ground that he's going to hit for a headshot. So it's really not the best challenge. I make for a pretty sick edit play, hit him for a pump shot, was able to finish him off right there. So there's going to be 3 players left in this lobby, and as I'm rotating around the house, I'm going to see a guy above me. So I just want to rotate to the next zone. I don't think I had a launch pad in this case, so I had to be pretty careful. And I run into a player who's just camping around the side. I have no idea why he was there. but I either have to go for the quick kill on him or I have to rotate to the next zone, and this guy's building up, so I'm going to rotate to the next zone. And when I'm rotating, I want to rotate with wood, because when I'm in gunfights or when I'm building, I definitely want to use steel or brick, because it's going to be the most durable and it's going to save me in a lot of cases. So I'm getting spammed from 2 different angles. If you guys couldn't already tell, I'm getting spammed from below, and as well I'm getting spammed from above. So I'm building to protect all of my angles and somehow managed to get high ground with all that building. And since I got high ground, I'm going to go ahead and try to rotate to the next zone just in case they try to shoot me out. Try to build up. I'm running low on mats, so I had to be very cautious of that. And since I have a little bit of high ground before the zone comes in, I'm trying to do the most amount of damage that I can. I hit the green skin for quite a bit of damage, hit the other guy for 30. So at this point I have no mats. I pretty much have to go for the gunfight. So I hit my shots on the first guy. Second guy, I was out of shotgun shots, switched to my SMG, and I was able to finish him off. A pretty clutch finish right there for 15 kills. And with that being said, that's wrap up for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys liked it. And if you could, drop a like in this video. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Turn on my notifications to be notified for every single new video. And alright guys, I'll see you next video.